I've been to many state fairs, and I've exhibited at the Nebraska State Fair, Illinois State Fair, Wisconsin State Fair, and none of them are equal to the Iowa State Fair.
Our state fair is a great state fair. Don't miss it, don't even be late. It's dollars to donuts that our state fair is the best state fair in our state.
Oh, the Iowa State Fair is, you know, this culmination of everything that's great in our state.
It's truly Iowa. It's where we all come together. It's where you see all Iowans every single minute that you're there.
I think every Iowan, probably in the state, at one time or other been there. So it's really, again, one of the bright spots for Iowa.
Where else can you go to come one place and find everything about Iowa in one spot?
I mean, the most diverse place I saw besides that was the DOT license plate office, and that's a leper colony out there. You don't want to go there. The state fair is fun.
I've had many opportunities to visit as president of the International Association of Fairs and Expositions, and I've seen firsthand the beauty it brings to the culture, the traditions, and the economy of the state of Iowa.
I've gone to the fair since I was 4 years old. I've never missed a year, and my family grew up there as well.
One of my first conscious memories is of being pushed in a stroller down the Grand Concourse at the State Fair. That's how, I mean, far back my fair memory goes. It was always important to my family.
I was at the fair in 1957 in August because my mother was pregnant. I was born in September of 1957, so I count that as my being on the fairgrounds. So I'm 57, so I've been there 57 years.
From my wife Christy winning a blue ribbon for Best Made with Velveeta cheese recipe, to my winning an 8-lap celebrity stock car race, my family and I have made many happy memories together at the Iowa State Fair.
My kids have learned about farming and Iowa's agrarian nature just by hanging out there, and as a result they have a very deep respect for what we do here, and also a tremendous pride.
It's a coming home to Iowa place for us. We have granddaughters who live in other states, and they oftentimes will pick the Iowa State Fair dates to come back so that they can be a part of that again with us and the rest of the family.
When the fair comes, everything at our house stops.
If you look back at the history of the Iowa State Fair, one of the things that used to be a huge draw there was the train crashes that they had. And I just learned several years ago in visiting with my father that he was at the train crash of 1932. But it was a huge draw. Obviously, there's not many Iowans that are with us anymore that can remember being at such an event like that has played such a huge part of the state fair, early entertainment history.
Of course, there's a lot of things we love about the Iowa State Fair.
Wow.
Food being number one.
Really, what can you eat at the state fair that's not fabulous?
The state fair, the menu is great.
This joker is the bomb.
My favorite food is pork chop on a stick.
Woo, baby.
Well, my favorite food is a corn dog.
Happiness is the first corn dog of the fair.
We actually have a whole buffet table right there in our studio of about any kind of food that you would want to eat at the Iowa State Fair.
Well, and people say, well, that's because people love you, Van and Bonnie. No, it's not. They want to sell their product. They want us to talk about it.
And we
say,
do.
Go over and get it. Yeah, and I mean, by the time we're done at 9 o'clock, it looks like Bishop's buffet on the table there.
We are full.
Yeah.
Hot bologna on a stick, everybody.
Oh, and the cinnamon rolls. Don't miss the cinnamon rolls. They're amazing.
The fair has become a time when a lot of presidential wannabes come to the fair and they get a tour. They go to the pork chop on a stick to grill a pork chop.
You know, the grills at the Iowa Pork Producers Tent have almost become a stage. I mean, that's where all the politicians come to do their ritual, flipping of the chops. And we actually had President Obama stop by for a beer run, a couple of years ago as well.
I've seen it where, dozens of members of the national press are following them around the fairgrounds because it's such a quintessential Iowa event. There's nowhere better to go certainly from all 99 counties that come together once a year for a presidential candidate to see and to be there.
It's a little bit of like sizzling live meat political theater that goes on every day there at the fair.
So meet the political candidates at the state fair.
We hear that a lot within our industry, that the Iowa State Fair is one of the cleanest that they've ever seen across the country, and that's so true, thanks in large part to Keep Iowa Beautiful.
I know there's lots of people out there that take a look at the Iowa State Fair and say, boy, they're really doing it right.
It's always been very, very important that we do have a clean, beautiful facility. I can't say enough for the Iowa State Fair Board and management in setting high priorities for the cleanliness and beauty of the fair.
I would contend in some cases that our grounds are in better shape during the fair in terms of how orderly it is than it is sometimes in the off-season. And I think some of that just comes from the messaging, Keep Iowa Beautiful, and then gets passed down to all of those workers. And then finally, the biggest success in the whole thing is when the public begins to embrace the difference it makes, and then essentially we're all in it together.
Thanks in large part to Keep Iowa Beautiful. I have the opportunity to help get the word out with the media, via our website, and any other marketing opportunities, and it's just a great organization to work with. They have a great vision and really a roadmap to accomplish that vision, so it's been very fulfilling to work with them.
The experience at the State Fair is absolutely a wow experience. It's something that people can't understand until they actually come to the event. And when you come there, you have to marvel at the thousands of people. You have to marvel at the experiences of education, of entertainment, of food. And you get all of the sights and the sounds and the smells and the lights flashing and all kinds of things going on that just take you away in your experience.
There's nothing like the Iowa State Fair. It certainly is, as the saying goes, the granddaddy of them all.